Oh my god!
And we're
I
live.
like put them. Oh, we are okay. So I'm gonna say
What's going on? It's your boy JC coming to you from the Nerd Dungeon. Today we are going to be doing our Kliq Talk. As always on Mondays, we do Kliq Talk with myself. You got Dre's Geek Dad, Smitty Rock, and King Bob. And how was this week, fellas? Because this was like a big week for the Nerd Dungeon because we had each of us drop a video.
What's going on, Chap 3?
So how did you guys do this week?
It was fun to get out of the Funko element and talk about Disney. I still got my guy Walter right here chilling with me.
But I'm not gonna lie, I went back and watched that video, and that was kind of cool. I've never thought about Vitalmations, but I might want one eventually. It's like I might try to find. I know they don't make them anymore, but what I'm saying is
you can get them on eBay for cheap.
Yeah, try to find like a Buzz Lightyear one or something. I don't know. Not Buzz Lightyear or a Jack Skellington one or something. I don't know.
Yeah, again, as I said in the video, they've got everything from Marvel, Star Wars. They have some cool like park exclusive ones.
Hey,
hello, little
hey,
monster.
Campbell's.
Hello, collecting camp.
What's
Campbell's
going on,
collecting.
hello, everybody.
Yeah, hey, Robert and the others.
No,
I like
Robert
that.
and the others.
No.
I like that Campbell's collecting.
We're
I
not
like
the
that
others. I have a name. It's at the bottom in red. I am no other.
We commented on your video last night. Yeah.
But
All right. So today, as always, we like to talk a little bit of wrestling. We like to talk a little bit about movies or TV or something like that. But I've already asked Dre's wifey what movies she was been a fan of her whole entire life, and apparently she said what?
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Then I asked my wifey what she was a fan of, and she said
Same
Pitch
thing.
Perfect. No, well, she is a
Pitch
fan
Perfect?
of Dirty Dancing, but she said Pitch Perfect for our video.
Oh, Pitch Perfect is dope. I like Pitch Perfect as well.
So I'm just going to jump to the end of right now. So those are going to be our two movies that we're going to be watching for next week. Okay? So,
great. I did to buy another movie. Thanks, guys.
But here's the thing is like only two of us are going to watch each movie, and we're going to discuss it later on. But I wanted to go ahead and get into the movies because last week we talked about the honoring of Richard Donner. And this past week, we've watched a Richard Donner movie, each of us chosen out for the other. Mine was Assassins. Dre, what was yours?
The Omen.
The Omen. Oh, yeah, I was going to give you The Omen.
What's going on, Obi?
Hey, Obi. I had 16 blocks.
Hey, Obi.
That was a good one, too. And
And
Robert.
I had Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk. And he complained earlier because he had to pay money for it.
I had to spend $8 to watch it.
So
I had to rent mine, too.
I did rent mine, too, but I didn't rent it for $8.
Well, no. I bought mine because it's either rent it for $4 or buy it for $8.
Are you ever going to watch it again?
We'll get to that. We can talk about that.
So let's go ahead and get into honoring Richard Donner. I'll go ahead and start. And I thought Assassins, I completely thought a different movie when I went to watch it. And then I started watching it, and I was like, I'm starting to click on every little thing. Julianne Moore, I believe her name is, and Sylvester Stallone make a great team, along with Antonio Banderas. I love Antonio. He's a great actor. I love everything he does. Even the Spy Kid movies I loved. But I was always a big fan of Antonio. I wasn't such a big fan of Sly back in the day. I didn't care for a lot of his movies. I mean, I think I enjoyed Judge Dredd and Demolition Man. That was it.
Demolition Man's a classic. Come on. You
Yeah,
can't.
I love Demolition Man, but I didn't care for anything really he did other than that. Wasn't big Tango and Cash fan. Wasn't big this. Wasn't big that. But
Oh my God! And I call you brother. What the hell?
sorry, I wasn't a big Tango and Cash fan, honestly. But the thing is this was a really good movie, and it was all directing because I don't know when's the last time you guys watched this movie, but he had so many innuendos of psychology in there, like especially with the weather. Like when something dreary was happening, it was cloudy or it was rainy or it was sad, and then the anticipation, he made it hot and made Antonio Banderas sweat.
When he was sweating bullets. I love that.
Yeah.
You see him he's just sweating. You see all the drips of sweat, and he's like
it was the
ready to hit that
anticipation,
shot.
so he made it really hot outside. And I was like, dude, this dude loves the video or loves the film of the mind. And like, you can go back and look at each Richard Donner movie that I was thinking of after I watched this, and I was like, Superman was that way, Goonies was that way, all these things tied into
Weapon.
Yes. These all had some type of psychological intuition on each of or emotional feelings throughout depicted, like weather-wise or situation-wise, there was something psychological about it, and I love that about Richard Donner. As far as the movie, like I said, I thought it was a completely different movie when I was going on there, but it kicked butt. I honestly love this movie because Antonio Banderas was an amazing actor in this. And that part where he stops on Sly stops on the train and jumps off the train and everything, that was a good one too. So, and he had Antonio Banderas in the taxi and he was slamming him up against the bus trying to get him to lose his weapon. I was like, man, it looks like it's supposed to be a stuntman part, but it was actually Antonio doing that. So I was like, that's impressive. So,
Hey, Tiny.
What's up, Tiny? What up, Steph? How you doing? So, Dre.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, let's talk about The Omen.
Okay. I had never really remembered watching this movie. Growing up, I mean, I'm a huge horror buff, and I've watched a lot of horror films. But for this one, it was made 2 years before I was born, and in that era, if you actually look at what the time period of the late 70s or during the 70s, satanic horror was a thing. It was The Exorcist. You had The Omen, which was this movie. And I loved watching it because a lot of other YouTubers have said the same comment about it. And I kind of disagreed. Like, I didn't think it was funny. I felt like there was aspects that were just pure scary. And the atmospheric music, which won an Academy Award, was what set the scenes up for me. And it was very similar. Yeah, because in Assassins, it was very much the music.
The music too. It was like,
and it seems to be like a Richard Donner thing.
Yeah,
and
the
music
I loved pumped you up.
What's going on, Ohana?
Hey, Ohana.
What up, Ohana?
But for me, I think for me, I loved a lot. There was a lot of campy scenes in it, and I mean, I expected that. It is what it was. It's like it wouldn't age well in now, in like the present horror that I've seen in the the 2000s. But I think that when you see the psychological aspects, like JC was touching on with Assassins, like there's a scene where he's opening a tomb to see his son is got a baby and the hole in the skull. I mean, to me as a dad, to JC as a dad, that's hard on your soul. Like that's like imagine that your kid was replaced with this freaking monster and that you find the body of your child. I mean, that would make me want to kill anybody. And it was like there was this air of drama and suspense, and I enjoyed the movie for that. And I think overall, I mean, like I said, it won't hold up to like to The Exorcist, which I think much like it ruined my childhood. But this movie definitely ranks up there in greatness, and it was definitely a good movie for Richard Donner.
It was. And let me say this is it may not stack up to some of the horror movies today, but The Omen has inspired many of the horror movies today.
Well, it had a TV series.
If you look at The
TV
Orphan, have you ever seen the show The Orphan?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That was inspired by The Omen, and so was several other little kid movies. And I'm just like, God, they destroyed our childhoods.
No, but did you ever see the TV show that came out about 2017, 2018? That was on NBC. It was It did 2 seasons, and it was based on The Omen, where the boy never got killed. His parents died, and he grew up, and basically it was kept secret from him that he was the Antichrist. And then he started realizing once he was an adult, there was an order hunting him. I mean, it was actually a cool concept for a TV show. It didn't do well, and obviously went into cancellation. But I thought, as a horror fan, it was a cool concept, and I was sad that they ended up like ruining it. See, you, Tiny Ninja, I'm gonna give you credit. I saw it, and I turned 43 this Sunday. I saw it, and it just ruined me. I hate clowns to begin with, and no, there's a whole bunch of nope.
Nah, as far as it, Tim Curry will always be my Pennywise.
Oh hell yeah!
I watched the first of the new ones. I found myself laughing at it. I'm not really scared. I mean, there were some like freaky moments, but
the second one's a little bit scarier. I took my wife to go see the second one, and I think she actually, it's good. I think the second one is good in a lot of different ways. I think I have a code I could send you for the Blu-ray.
But I have it too. I just haven't watched it.
It's something that it's a good popcorn movie.
It is. It's a good popcorn movie. So, Robert, let's hear about Lady Hawk.
All right. I actually enjoyed it. I really did. But there's 2 really big buts with this movie that bothered the daylights out of me. One is the music. I've grown to realize I'm not a fan of the Alan Parsons Project. I felt like I was trapped in the 80s video game than in like a medieval time piece. But it was really good though. I enjoyed it. And also the haircuts were they were weird. I'm sorry. They were weird. And seeing Matthew Broderick looking like he came off the Amish plantation, just a little weird. But again, I digress. It was a great movie. The dynamic between Matthew and the 2 leads, Michelle Pfeiffer and
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer.
Yes, just the way he kind of played, kind of both ends against the middle, so to speak. Because it's hard when one person is a hawk, other person is a wolf, and then you get kind of screwed up with what's what. But I mean, I spent $8 on it, and I don't regret spending the $8 on it. I'll watch it again. It's just if they had a different score to that movie, I think it would have been a whole lot better. But it was still a great movie. Again, for me, being a film guy, when the music doesn't match the scene, in my eyes, it's a little weird. But I would definitely recommend watching it.
I mean, I don't mind Lady Hawk. I know Matthew Broderick and Michelle Pfeiffer didn't care for each other during the filming of that movie.
Oh yeah, you can tell that.
Like they really didn't like each other at all, and they let that affect the movie very much. And I know, but the music was another part of the movie that was like they try to show in. Here's the thing. You got what, 4 movies here that we're about to talk about?
Yeah.
Not every one of them's a banger. Like,
oh yeah, they're not all home runs.
But Richard Donner is known for those music intensities, and just like Steven Spielberg was, and he's also known for those emotional displays. So. There was a lot of that in Lady Hawk too.
But with Lady Hawk, you could tell he was going for that because the tones were there. But where normally you'd have like an orchestra or like such a powerful band, you had a synthesizer. I felt like I was playing Mario Brothers. And Matthew Broderick's character was Mario, just running from level to level trying to capture Princess Peach.
Well, think about it. First off, let me just I'm gonna throw some insight here. One, I'm gonna say hello to Andre 9000 because I think that's my boy Dre that's here in North Crackalacky. What's up? And
did you just say North Crackalacky?
Yes, I did.
I hate when you say that word.
Hey, listen, Atlanta, shut up. We're all New Yorkers, except for JC, who's a California boy. Anyway, in any event, when you look at the time period that Lady Hawk is in, remember, fantasy was huge at this time. You had the movie Legend coming out, and Legend itself was a fantastic movie. Granted, a lot of people hated Tom Cruise, but once again, Tim Curry was the darkness. And that movie had music that matched the scenes, and it was beautiful. You had Willow, Mad Mardigan. I love that movie. You cannot spit in the wind of any fantasy fan that plays D&D that does not love that movie. You had Conan the Barbarian in the early 80s. You had Red Sonja coming. Don't be sleeping on Red Sonja.
I liked Red Sonja.
Exactly. Don't be
I wasn't
sleeping
a fan
on
of Conan, but I liked Red Sonja.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, that was the time period of what we were getting. So if Richard Donner's spin was like to go with that, then he did. And that's okay. So it is my boy. That's awesome.
Watch Willow. That's a good one.
Yeah, watch Willow.
It's on movie.
It's actually on Disney Plus.
Is it?
Yeah, because Disney Plus has got a TV show coming out, and I think Val Kilmer's coming back. I don't know why he shouldn't. Mad Mardigan's old. It would be old at this point.
Hey man, I'm just saying I'm better fit than Val Kilmer now. So, and that's saying a lot.
Hey, listen, Val Kilmer has Parkinson's or something. Leave him alone. He was Batman. He was Batman.
He was the 5th best Batman.
Wait, the 5th best.
Oh my gosh!
That gets into a whole other big
we need to do that one day, and I want to spearhead that because I'm the Batman fan in this clique right here.
And we know that I am not.
I know. That'd be like saying who's the best Flash?
Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
No. Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, John Wesley Shipp is.
Wesley Shipp is good as an old Flash, but
no, he was good as a Flash in the 90s. You leave that shit alone.
Updated version of Grant Gustin is better.
No, the music was good. Come on, man. Mark Hamill even reprised his
New
role.
Yorker because I am from upstate, Liz.
Mark Hamill was in the new Flash too.
The New Yorker.
Mark Hamill was in the new Flash too.
I know, but he reprised his role too as the toy maker. So now it's Smitty.
Yeah.
So I had 16 blocks.
See, Steph, that's why I like you.
And I will say this follows in his action movies such as Assassins. Not as much comedic action like the Lethal Weapons, but this one I wasn't sure what to expect with it. I hadn't seen it before. Dre gave it to me, but I enjoyed
like
it.
a unanimous decision that Smitty had to watch this movie. Like we
It pretty
all
much
said,
was.
yes, you need to watch this one.
But no, it was good. I liked the slow evolving plot of around Bruce Willis's character. I guess the comic relief in it was the witness.
Yeah, Mos Def.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, a hip hop star being the comedic relief. I didn't expect that when I watched it, but I liked it.
He's always been funny though. Like he was on Dave Chappelle for a while.
Oh,
he was
God,
good
yes.
in that.
The
He was
Black
good in
Coalition
that.
would like to get Tiger Woods. That's what I remember him doing. I'm sorry, folks. But yes,
So-
Smitty, I apologize.
No, that's fine. Like I said, I mean, for me, I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, I think the like I said, the storyline that developed with him, how do I want to say, repenting for having once been a bad cop and then ending up testifying so that the other guy could have the chance at redemption of his own.
And that one was not a big movie with the musical score to it. Like I felt like that movie was more story driven. It was it felt more like it was a throwback to Richard Donner's earlier stuff, where it was more psychological and in unraveling a story than it was a musical score. It was more attention to the atmosphere. Like when, as a New Yorker and anybody from a big city, I think all four of us have all come from a big city. We could all say 16 blocks is not a large distance. But when you think about it in the grand scheme of what the movie takes place, it is a huge distance to cross. And there's so much that they're trying to unravel in the story that, Drew, Funko Preacher, my name is Dre. Drew is.
I was saying, what's up, Funko Preacher? It's been a while, man.
Hey,
Good to see
Funko
you.
Preacher.
Hey, Drew, calm down.
Yeah, when you have
Drew,
half of New York's finest trying to hunt you, and
I'll say this, like you were saying, the whole big city thing is, I think that I used to live in a big city. I mean, Sacramento, Oakland, LA. I used to live in a big city.
That's what I'm saying. So you get it.
Moving to a small city, 16 blocks in a small city is freaking enormous.
Exactly. But when you look and you take that perspective down to New York, and like Smitty said, you're running from the cops. It's a whole perspective of like, and I think it plays up because Mos Def does it well. And I say this as a person of color, that if you're not, for me, I'm afraid of the police, and it could be good, bad, or otherwise. It's not social commentary. This is just what it is. And I could relate well to how he is, even though he's a witness, he's scared going in to testify because you don't know who's on your side. And that's a very cool thing Donner plays up to in his character. And I think Bruce Willis, like Smitty said it best, it's the whole tale of redemption, which like I said, I think that was awesome.
Bruce Willis also plays a really good old man. Like
hell yeah.
He's great at playing the guy that's about to retire. So
yeah, I just thought about that. Like, yeah, Last Man Standing.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's played a cop
Pulp
long
Fiction.
enough in his film career.
Fiction.
He's about to retire, so he knows that he's
his
going to be a
cop
cop for
acting
20
is about
years.
to retire.
Yeah, like as a cop, he'd be getting his gold watch. He'd be getting his retirement check, his pension. He'll be with what's his face? I was 1 week from retirement. Richard Donner,
All right.
thank you for giving me the love of Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
All right, so that was like our tribute kind of for us to Richard Donner, because like he is going to be missed. He's got a lot of passion into every one of his movies that he's ever made. He does a lot of great things in the film industry, whether it's directing. He's even did some acting, and he's just a all around awesome person to be around. If you asked any of the cast members or something,
He always said that they were treated as family, and that's one thing that I saw it in Lethal Weapon. I've seen it, and I didn't really see it in any other films that he did. But Lethal Weapon, because it was his franchise that he built, you know, Goonies. The people still are friends with each other.
Yeah.
You know, so
they created something special with Goonies, though. Is like that was one that they all were treated as family because they raised each other. So I mean, it was really cool.
Definitely.
Moving on, we are going to be doing let me stop right here real quick. So I also this week said that it was yesterday. I said that if somebody were to pop on here and they were able to answer a question that Robert filmed a great episode yesterday on his Vinyl Nations, and if they were able to answer a question from yesterday, they would win a prize. I'm looking over at my prizes. I've got big, small, short, tall. Think Looney Tunes be good?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Looney Tunes. I got a bunch of pops that I need to give away still. So we are going to be giving away. It's got a little bit of box damage, but don't mind it. We're going to be giving away a Space Cadet.
Love that.
Hey, Porky Pig.
Porky Pig.
No, it's Space Cadet.
It's Space Cadet.
From Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century.
It's just got a little gunk on it that you need to clean up right there. But other than that, it's a great box. It's good box condition besides that little bit of gunk. These are all just giveaways for me. So, I mean, they're over here in a stack. So we're going to be giving that away. Now, if you haven't gone and checked out Robert's video, you will have to the end of I said the first person to answer the question, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep going, but the first person to answer this question.
I probably did it wrong.
Robert's not, or the crew right here are not able to participate.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to, so we are okay with that.
You mean I watched it for nothing?
Yeah.
I'm messing with your Bob. You know that.
The question is going to be, Robert did a video on Vinylmation yesterday, and it was all from the Disney World area. So the question is, which character does Robert have a custom Vinylmation that is dressed up as Kermit the Frog?
Well,
what is
And the
his
first
name?
person to answer that question throughout this video will actually get that prize right there.
I love that custom too. It's still on my desk. He's just staring at me.
Moving on, we are going to be talking about Bad A Billy Gunn.
Can we just say one thing before we go in? Can we all just take a moment and just say, hey, R.I.P. to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff?
Yep.
Yes.
I heard today on WrestleMania about 4 hours ago that he passed, 71 years old. I saw a wrestling poster that went up with him on one side and Hulk Hogan on the other. I thought that was kind of awesome to show that he was just as big, if not bigger, than Hulkamania was. So I wanted everybody to know that like, you know, my thoughts go out to his son and his family. I do know that they put up a GoFundMe for funeral arrangements and to help pay for funeral services, which I think you can go through his son's Instagram to find it.
Yeah, we're all saddened when a wrestler like that from our childhood dies. And I mean, he was a big one in our childhood, especially wrestling in the first WrestleMania. Um, he he was Mr. Wonderful, and I
Yep.
mean he coined a lot of people's misters, like Mr. Perfect. He coined that, but it's just sad that we lose somebody like that at that age. Don't know what the complications were. They said there was complications in it, but we don't know what they were yet. So no suspicions. So I'm not going to jump to conclusions. But rest in peace. Yes. So, badass Billy Gunn, sir.
My match.
Dre gave me a loopy.
I did.
That sucked.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, the match itself didn't suck. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed watching the match. I enjoyed watching that Raw. Like I went back and I watched the whole Raw. And no, it's not Mickey Mouse. But I got The Rock versus Billy Gunn. Here's my problem with this match. Okay, this is like right after the first DX split, and Road Dogg went his separate ways, so the New Age Outlaws were no more. It was Road Dogg and X-Pac, and it was Billy Gunn and China and Triple H. They kind of split and went their separate ways. So I got to watch Road Dogg do his you didn't know, but I didn't get the combination of the two, so I was kind of sad about that. And with China, after a great match, I hate after a great match that the way something ends so cheesy.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a roll up or China hitting The Rock in the back with a steel chair. That was a great match that got ruined in a millisecond. So I was pissed. So
I agree with you.
But other than that, like I said, it was a great match. They had a lot of back and forth action. You didn't think Billy Gunn could keep up with The Rock the way he did, but he is a very charismatic character. He is a very big entertainer, and the way he can do his backflip, the way he can do for a big man, he can do a backflip like that when you go to suplex him. Yeah, he's good.
And a missile drop kick.
And a missile drop kick from the top rope. Yes. The Rock. This was the young Rock where you just learned about do you smell what the Rock is cooking? And it was just an awesome experience for him to be out there in the ring. And I love watching the Rock in the ring. I could go back and watch every Rock match ever and be happy.
Hell, I can watch his promos.
Yes, even his promos.
Just promos, and I'm happy because he cuts the best promos.
But I like the build up to the matches. This one had a lot of build up between him and Billy Gunn because this was the only match they did together. I didn't realize that. This is the only freaking match they did together.
It's solo.
Solo, yes.
Is it Walter?
Yes, it is Walter. So,
all right.
Nadia.
You win.
Yeah, you win. Congratulations. Hit me up on Instagram or hit Robert. Yeah, Robert needs to show it off now.
I wanted to show off since you mentioned it, but you know that would have given away who it was.
All right, so like JC said, hit him up on IG and we'll get that out to you.
Yep. The Nerd Dungeon. So this is gonna go straight to you. So I'm good with my match now. I've said my piece. I appreciate the match. I appreciate you giving me that match, Trey, because it did bring some memories back. Because the Ministry of Darkness was there, and like that was that time. I loved it. It was the whole First Blood match with Stone Cold, and they're like, I want to do it. I want to do it between Undertaker and Triple H. And I was like, both of y'all do it. That'd be awesome.
Exactly. But I told you when we picked Billy Gunn as the guy, that was one of the first matches because it's one of the promos that I have laughed at, so like heartily belly aching laugh, because when he says came down to you and said, and he spoke to you and said this, Bob, but my name's Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is. When he cut that promo, it was just I was sold. I was like, that's the best. That's got to be a match.
Hey, Nadia. So I have a thing that I do with Canadian viewers and the ones that win the prizes in Canada. If that's not something you want, I can send you a mystery box in Canada from a Canada supplier. If that's something you'd be into. But Robert.
All right, my match was
you have
Benoit
Billy Gunn
versus Billy Gunn at Armageddon 2000. I will thank Smitty for letting me watch Armageddon 2000, but my match in the grand scheme of that pay-per-view would be what some would consider the bathroom break match. It was literally, I mean, it was literally like a 5-minute match. But, you know, there was good back and forth between the two. I'm not gonna just, crap on Billy or Benoit, but Benoit is one of the greatest technical wrestlers ever. Billy Gunn is Billy Gunn. I mean, he held his own, but there was a reason why it was a 5-minute match, and he lost the title to Benoit. But I will say the 6-man Hell in a Cell match at the end of the night, that was
Keisha getting choke slam into the truck.
Was well worth sitting through that match.
Liz is watching Raw right now.
Oh God, Ginger's on.
All right, Smitty.
I had the tag team title match between Rock and Mankind and the New Age Outlaws, in which the New Age Outlaws became, what was it, their 4th or 5th time?
5 time.
Easy,
yes, but that one I think was when they became the 4-time tag team champions. Yeah. I like the match because, I mean, especially after just watching the biography on Mick, what that tag team meant to him, being champion with The Rock and the evolution of Mankind, I was like, okay. It gave a little different perspective to the match that I would have gone in. However, I was always a New Age Outlaw fan, so I liked the fact that they won. Yeah, and I loved their entrance and their promos.
Oh, yeah. So I was gonna do it because, like,
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Generation X proudly brings to you their tag team champions of the world,
the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn,
the New Age Outlaws. And if you're not down with that, we got two words for you.
I'm not gonna say those words, but
I'm about to start crying.
Suck it.
That was my childhood right there. Summed up in one promo.
Like, New Age Outlaws were my second favorite team of all time, right behind the Hardys, and only because the Hardys had that extremeness to them, and they could jump from like a Titantron.
No,
but the New Age Outlaws were entertaining. They were like more bring the crowd in type of people, because it was like they could do it all and not risk their lives like that. You know what I mean?
That leads almost perfectly into my match then.
Robert, tell me.
First of all, before we get into the best tag team ever, it's the Road Dogg and Kliq.
The TNA Impact, yes. Now, are you still talking about WWE version of them, or the Impact version where he was Ron the Truth and they had Conan?
No,
You're
I didn't do that to you.
See, that's what happens when you're forced to watch like older stuff. You realize that the Road Dogg and R-Truth were a tag team, and they would rap their way to the ring.
That's true. Hey, let's just say this, that Road Dogg was one of the more entertaining entrances. Like, all the way down to the ring. It wasn't what's up. It was a complete jam. Like, it was a concert all the way down to the ring.
The Road Dogg could make a mannequin entertaining.
Yes.
He did that with Jeff Jarrett.
He did.
He sold Jeff Jarrett to us.
JEFF JARRET.
Ain't I great?
Ain't I great?
So
that leads us into mine. As we were talking just about being hardcore, I had the pleasure to have the kings of hardcore.
He did.
Because of JC. Because I absolutely top 5 matches of my life that I think are fantastic is Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. Now we obviously know this is Mick Foley and Terry Funk versus the New Age Outlaws on Monday Night Raw for the tag team titles. And this was a hardcore themed match. They did this on Raw obviously because they had the hardcore title, but they wanted to keep it more in line of like what Funk and Cactus Jack were more about. And they didn't win the belts at this one. They won them at a pay-per-view, because I remember it was a pay-per-view later on where the Outlaws became like a face and they had lost the belts. But this match was very visceral. Like, it was not something that it's something I expect from the Attitude Era of wrestling, because they were competing against WCW and ECW, and having somebody that was, or two somebodies, I should say, that was very much trained in the barbed wire matches of Japan and the explosion matches of Japan and the ECW style matches that were happening here in the Indies. I mean, they went all out. Like, Funk, who is insane, like, he was in his 50s.
Yeah, 52.
Doing these match,
in that match, he was 52.
And Mick Foley was already in his mid 30s. So you had two guys, one guy way over his prime, one guy in his wrestling prime, wrestling for the tag belts against I mean, I'm going to give Billy Gunn his due. He's a specimen. If you see his 3 sons, you understand why he was the badass Billy Gunn. And then, do I feel like this was meant to be like a wrestling match? No, because that was not what they were going to cater to. This was a strictly hardcore, kick your ass, beat your ass down, get all the kitchen sinks and the thumbtacks out. But I think what really pushed this over the edge was, I think Vince McMahon was on commentary and he was like, "Oh my God," when they stuffed him in the dumpster and then they rolled the dumpster off the stage. Like, everybody lost their mind. Like, absolutely lost their minds. And I think that for me as like a teenager, probably late, I wouldn't be a teenager, I'd be in my 20s by that point. It was still a great match, but it was one that I looked at YouTube and like I saw other people like review this match and they were just like, even for WWE standards, they pushed it too far. And
so here's where kayfabe is only as good as the kayfaber. because this match was supposed to end in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
This match was supposed to end with a chair shot from what Triple H, with Vince McMahon, what all the big guys say is this match was supposed to end with a chair shot, a barbed wire chair shot in the head against Terry Funk, and that'd be it. Billy Gunn and Road Dogg talked while they were doing this match, talked it over with Mick Foley, and they were like, we're taking it to the next level. So that's when they went all the way up to the ramp, got in the dump, threw them in the dumpsters, and then off they go.
Yeah. And it's like you look at X-Pac's face, it's just he sinks, because it's like you could tell who was involved in the match and who wasn't. And you just look at X-Pac and he's just like, he turns to them and you can see the back of his head like, what the fuck? It's like that was a total like WTF moment to him. And then you see, it's like JC just said, it's kayfabe to when there was no dirt sheets for us to really know about, like we do now. Yeah, man, that was awesome to see, but it cringeworthy.
We thought it was all part of the show, but that was like completely left field, and nobody realized it until like years later. They're like, they could have really been hurt. And we're like, yeah, we know. That's why we watch.
Exactly. Come on. Raw is war. Remember, that's what they always said. Raw during that era was Raw is war. That's what they called it.
I love watching on YouTube. I love watching people that have never seen wrestling before watch some of the most extreme moments in wrestling, like Undertaker throwing Mankind off the cage, off Hell in a Cell.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, "Oh, that looked like it hurt." Really? Are you serious?
Hole in mouth, tooth went through mouth.
That was after he went through the cage.
Yeah,
that was after he went through the cage.
Yeah, it's my bad.
And he hit the chair.
He broke 3 ribs on his way down. But it's like everybody's like, "Oh, this is fake." No, it may be choreographed, but it is not fake. It is just as real as your Days of Lives episode. It's just as real as that sitcom you're watching, except for these people feel pain.
Okay, I will say this, and I don't know if any of you guys watch this, because you guys know I'm big about watching indie wrestling, and I don't want to say indie wrestling when I say Ring of Honor, but I did catch Best of the World last night, and
I haven't seen it yet.
I have to say 2 things from there. Jeremy Gresham, who is the pure ROH Pure champion, who does like pure wrestling, he came out after wrestling a great match against Mike Bennett, and he was wrestling against Homicide. And I forgot who else was his partner for the tag team belts. And their match was like it was a dishonor match where like you could take out chairs, tables, whatever. Homicide did the finishing move. Now, if y'all don't know who Homicide is, look him up. He's a great, fantastic luchador. His finishing move is where he picks you up and the back of your head is literally at the top of his ass, and then he drops back.
Like a gory bomb.
Like a gory bomb. He hit Gresham with that once, and Gresham's neck looked like it broke. It didn't. And he grabbed him by the head and like was like, "You okay?" Like you could see like okay, like you're not kicking out, but like, are you alive still? And they lost the match. But holy hell, that was one. And then watching Bandito versus Roosh. If you are not a fan of either one of these guys, if you follow on Instagram, Roosh is a huge, huge best friend to Andrade. And Roosh, like, I mean, I'm a spoiler alert, he lost the Ring of Honor title last night. But
hey, speaking of matches of holy shit this week, Andrade's match.
Seidel.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was a killer of a match.
No, first off, coming out looking like Black Mask was dope as hell. Like coming out in the suit with because I didn't realize how much of a nerd he was, because he dresses like $1 million, and he comes out dressed like Black Mask. I'm like, what? Roman Sionis? You? Okay, like I'm cool with this. And he whooped his ass.
It was a good match.
But it was not
all
a
the way
straight
around.
like
It was a
yeah.
back and forth match until the end, and then it just like went off.
I will say this
is a different level, bro.
Oh, he Omega ain't ready. That's all I will say. On Omega,
he's not gonna go for Omega first.
Oh no, he is. He's fighting him later this month in Mexico for the AAA.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about like in AEW. He's not going for Omega. He's going for
Rusev or Miro. He's going for Miro,
who's about to get his wife back.
First off, if y'all have not,
I gotta say it. I love Malachi Black.
As in Tommy End, folks. If y'all have not watched that, holy shit.
That video before he went to AEW explaining how he became Malachi Black and how the last 5 years in WWE was all
being in prison. Yeah, like you've been in an insane asylum.
That's awesome.
It was so well done. And then like he shows up and I was like, if this is a setup for Cody to get his ass kicked, please. I love Cody. Do not get it twisted. I love the American Nightmare, but I love Aleister Black, and to see him get a main event push.
Hey, I will take an Aleister Black champion all day.
No, he's not going to be AEW's. You got too many since like I've noticed that Ring of Honor and New Japan and AEW do the ranking system, which I think is actually solid. I personally like it. Yes. I wish WWE would actually do it. I mean, okay, wait. First off, he is overrated. I do love Kenny Omega, but come on. The belt collector. No offense, you collect the 3 belts. Why aren't we going to go? You can't fight Ospreay. You didn't go to Japan.
Hold on, Liz. They do. Aleister's thing about 5 years in prison was not a mock towards Vince. He's honestly came out on a Twitch and talked all about his experience. He says he holds no hostilities towards Vince. He thinks of Vince as a father type figure, but he wasn't getting the most out of his character. His character was dying there.
Yeah, he said that his creativity was not being nurtured.
That's why it was a prison, because his character was dying, and not him, but his character. And he was trying to throw all these ideas out there to bring it out. He was actually pitching the Malachi Black idea to them before
the Dark Father. They were going to call him the Dark Father, obviously, on SmackDown. But I think that the overall idea of him bringing Malachi Black to AEW, it presents some awesome new things.
Kenny has moments of goldenness, and then he has Pussy Willow moments. So, like, he will be a great champion, but the next match he has 5 guys beating up one guy so he can get the win. I get it, he's a heel, but he doesn't have to play that type of heel. But I understand what you're saying by he's overrated, but I don't really see.
But he's also not going against. Listen, he's not going against talent that's actually. No offense to Moose, he's not that talented. You're not going against an Okada. You're not going against a Tanahashi. He had 6-star matches with talent in New Japan. He's had 6-star matches. No, wait, let me finish.
Jungle Boy is talented as shit. That was a great match.
I'm not. Can you let me finish? Again, here in AEW, he's had some great 5-star matches. Jungle Boy was not a 6-star match. It was a 5-star match.
I wouldn't even say 5-star. I'd say it was a 4.
No, it was solid. Jungle Boy he was getting beat up. He turned the tide. It followed the schema of wrestling. But to get a 6-star, you can't get 6 stars if you're not Okada. Think of the guys: Tanahashi, Naito. I mean, I'm putting names out there: Nakamura, Styles. These are guys that put out 6-star matches. Omega's done it, but he's not doing it with these guys.
All right, is there anybody? Smitty, we were on you, weren't we? With the Rocket Sock? Okay.
We're on me.
Yeah.
Okay, finish yours, and then we're gonna go into our next segment.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. So our last segment, since you're speaking so highly of Tanahashi,
I'm more of a Okada fan myself, but Tanahashi's the John Cena of New Japan.
take a wrestler that is not being treated in his company like he should be and make a match to where he's a champion.
Will Ospreay. He
What
was.
How?
No, Will Ospreay. I'm gonna switch it. Kota Ibushi. Dude gets a new belt. He gets the whammy and loses it to Ospreay. Both those men could have been new. They were champion, but Ibushi didn't even get to hold the belt for more than a month before he lost. Where I felt like Ibushi should have been better. He just moved up into the heavyweight division. He's won the briefcase. He's done it all. Why wouldn't he have been able to hold the belt longer? I don't know. But Ospreay breaks his neck, and that belt is jinxed because then Ospreay breaks his neck, and then the belt's now in. So I'm gonna say Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi and Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
Smitty.
I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Creed. I think.
Thank you.
I think he wins Money at the Bank, and then he picks his opportunity.
I love that. I think Austin Creed needs more push. Like, if you're gonna build your Gen Z crowd on that video gaming and say, "Hey, look, we got Austin Creed here," you need to use Austin Creed while he's on camera, not just as a trombone player. Like, that was his idea. That was a great idea, but use his skill because dude is talented beyond measure.
Well, see, they need to bring back the New Day because then I would say because Big E's being squandered.
Oh, I don't disagree I don't disagree that any of those three, but out of those three, if I'm picking who has been totally underplayed and underrated, I'm going to go with Creed, and I'm going to say, with Money in the Bank coming up, have him win that, and then he picks the opportunity, and he becomes whichever champion. He takes whichever championship he wants.
You're going to go after Kofi. If Kofi won it, that'd be a great match to see, friend versus friend. We haven't seen
that. That would be the best heel turn ever.
We have never seen in a long time. Hogan and Macho Man did it. Hogan and Ultimate Warrior did it, but we've never seen in a long time friend versus friend. Kofi Kingston, WWE champion, versus Xavier Woods, the challenger.
That would be a hell of a main event. Heel turn ever if he came out and cashed in after that match.
I wouldn't want him to be a heel though. I want
him to be the heel.
Kofi, no. Kofi
Austin is a great heel.
But listen, hear me out.
He could pull a heel off. He could,
but I think Kofi would pull it off better because they've been laying the groundwork with him and MVP, where he's been laying the seeds of doubt. You have basically that little seed where he would be like, yeah, you've been holding me back. I am the champion, and it's in spite of you. You win, awesome. And then you have Creed go to cash in and say, you know what? It's my time. That would be dope.
I'll do you one better. Smitty's on the right track.
Okay.
The wrong person. Trey mentioned the person. Big E.
Ooh, Big E would be a good deal.
Let him win Money in the Bank.
Come here.
He has the briefcase.
Is he in Money in the Bank?
No. He didn't win.
You said make the match to make him a champ. I'm making the match to make him a champ. He has the briefcase. He gets drafted to Raw. You let Lashley beat up on Kofi, and you let him beat up on Xavier for a little bit. Once Big E gets to Raw, first night out, comes out, cashes in on him.
You don't see you, baby. Look. Say hi.
I'm going to go a completely different company. And this one's going to be like out of left field for me.
Danhausen.
Danhausen versus Sting for the AEW title.
I'm going to say I want, like, out of nowhere, the Varsity Blondes to win the tag team championships from the Young Bucks.
Hmm.
Brian Pillman's son, that winning the tag team championships in a company that they're making a name for themselves in, that's awesome for me.
Hey, can I get Keith? You didn't look at any money.
What do you guys think about that one?
That one's not bad.
Mine's better.
That would be good. I think that would be a good match. I don't know if it would. I think that Brian Pillman's son deserves tons of praise. He's a great worker. I think their team is good. I think they need a little bit more time before I throw straps on them. I think it'd be too soon. That's like Private Party. I think Private Party is a good team, but I think you got to give them a little bit more time to kind of get a little bit more seasoned. I think AEW does have a solid tag division. Do not get that twisted. As much as I love me the Young Bucks, and they're right here on my desk with the tag belts on their figures, but I think that when you look at teams like SCU that existed, you got Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. That'd be an awesome another team to see. So,
all right, so we are going to go into the very last portion of our show, and we're going to do predictions because Money in the Bank is coming up this weekend.
It's on my birthday. Hey.
So I'm going to go ahead and write down our predictions. I'm going to say, Dre.
Do we have the list of everybody that's in?
I'll get it for you.
I got you right here.
Oh, you already got it? Okay.
Bob. Yeah, I got it right here on my phone. Bob, myself, and Smitty. All right. First match we're going to be talking about. Let's go all the way down. Kofi Kingston versus Bobby Lashley.
Prediction.
I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to go with my heart.
We're going to keep a record of this. And
so
the person with the most by WrestleMania, the person with the most picks right by WrestleMania will win something from the three of us, three other people.
That's cool. So keep tabs on this, folks. Smitty says Kofi.
Kofi? The hell is that? Smitty's Kofi.
God, I want to say Kofi, but I feel like I know that it's not going to be Kofi. I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to go outside the box on this one. I'm going to say Kofi as well. I would have said Lashley, but I'm going to go Kofi.
Robert?
I'm going to go Lashley. I don't want to, but I am.
I'm going Lashley, too.
Notice we say that grudgingly because we all know who we really want to win, folks.
I mean, obviously I want Kofi to win, but it ain't going to happen.
I mean, if it does, that is the miracle happening twice, which Vince is very rare on doing that.
But if he wins, that means that Brock ain't coming back. So I kind of want him to win. I don't want to see Brock come back.
Yeah, Brock. You see the look on you guys gotta watch WrestleMania, man. They showed Brock Lesnar got a beard. He got a ponytail now. He looks weird. Weirder than he did before.
Oh, that was bad. So let's do
Women's Money in the Bank.
Well, let's do Raw Women's Championship. You got Rhea versus Charlotte.
Rhea. Charlotte's not winning a belt.
So Rhea, King Bob,
I'm gonna go Rhea.
Rhea. I'm going Rhea.
That makes 4.
Sorry, Charlotte.
It's just I don't see her doing anything. She's not. I see Becky coming back.
need it.
If you want to see a plot twist, I can see Becky coming back on Sunday.
That'd be cool.
That'd be hell of a great birthday gift.
SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Oh, who gives a
I
crap?
mean,
Usos versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic.
the Usos because they don't give a shit about his DUI.
Just acknowledge the family, damn it.
You have a DUI, your ass should be in jail.
That's true.
Strike 3.
Bob.
I'm gonna go Dominic and Ray. I think this will be kind of his punishment, but you know, if there's a rematch from it, they'll win it. But Dominic and Ray, I think.
I'm saying Usos.
I'm going with Robert.
Ray and Dominic.
Yep. They
You think that'd be the
use this.
punishment?
They use this to get the belts off, so the belts can still be in play. They get him into rehab and get him cleaned up, and this gives them the break to do it. So I'm going with Robert on this one.
Wow. I know the Usos aren't the champions right now. Ray and Dominic still are. So if Ray and Dominic win, that means that when the Usos get nothing, you think that this is his time to go say, "Hey, punishment, go to rehab. Do not pass go."
They're not going to do that. They haven't done it in the past. They won't do it now.
I just see my whole thing
They didn't
is
do it with. That's one thing that they have not done with anybody. Like, especially with DUIs and drinking. Like when Big Cass got caught, they didn't do shit to him. When that's the very poor administrated part of WWE's legal side.
But that's weird because they're so huge on people smoking weed. Like they got rid of guys that were smoking weed, or taking pain medicine that was prescribed to them, not illegal pain meds, and they were all over that shit. But then you get somebody who's in the family. So. Exactly. You get somebody in the Samoan dynasty that did it 3 times, not once, not twice, not 3, but 3 times. Everybody in the media has said that if WWE overlooks this, if he gets into an accident again and hurts somebody besides himself, they are looking at a huge slap in the face.
Which, if that's what I'm saying, they should take it seriously. Whether they do or not, hey, but in theory, this would give them the opportunity to take the tag team out of play.
I agree with you. I agree with that. Okay.
But
okay, now, Nadia, I seen that. Thank you. Women's Money in the Bank. We have Asuka, not Asuka. I don't know who said that last time, but Asuka. Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Liv Morgan, or Zelina Vega. I know who I'm going to go with.
I already know who I'm picking.
I've already got my pick. Like, I've already picked her before she was even entered in the match.
I know who JC picked. Nikki Cross.
I didn't pick Nikki Cross. Hell no.
I know. I'm just busting your chops.
All right, Smitty, who you got?
I'm going to go Asuka.
Asuka?
I mean, it's
because last time she won it, she actually got the belt. They didn't give her the contract. They gave her a belt.
That's true. King Bob.
There's 2 spots open that have gone unclaimed. I don't think any of them win. I think
you're talking about 2 spots open. They're all filled.
No, they're
There's
not.
only 6 on that one.
No, but there should be 8.
Yeah, but they only do 6 on the women's.
No, they're doing 8 in the women.
They do 8 in the women's. They have another qualifying match this Friday and tonight.
They've only announced. I'm reading an article from Bleacher Report right now.
Okay.
You got the 4 from Raw.
So who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Nice. She comes back right. She has been working out. I told you that'd be a great birthday gift, man. I turned that shit on and I see her come out. I'm gonna scream like a little girl. I'm gonna be like,
because out of the 6 that have been announced, the only one I could see legitimately taking the briefcase would be Alexa Bliss. But there's no reason for her to have it because she's gone off the deep end and she,
this stupid storyline that she's in.
Title, then why should she? So that's where I think you're going to see someone like Sasha and someone like Becky come back in those last 2 spots. But we'll find out Sunday.
All right, so mine, I'll let Drago last because I know he's waiting for this one. Mine, I'm going to go with my future baby mama, Liv Morgan.
That's funny because the slap was going to come through that curtain right behind him and just say, "What you talking about, your baby mama?" Now, see, that's funny because I was going to say the same thing.
So here's the thing. She has beaten every single competitor in here in the last couple of weeks. Like singles matches and everything. She's on fire, but she's not getting the credit she deserves. She's going to take that credit. This is going to be for her first WWE Women's Championship.
Okay. Now I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna go the way Rob did, since those 2 spots are still open, and Becky has maneuvered herself. She's been working out. I think Becky comes back in the last of those 2 spots, and Becky takes it. Even though Liv was my choice, because I think I agree with you 100%. She has stepped up, showed out that she's working, putting in the effort, but I'm gonna go Becky.
And think about it, you're setting yourself up for either Becky and Bianca or Becky
and Rhea, which are 2 solid matches, either which way you look at it.
All right.
We have JC teetering here.
I know, you got to be like, Becky and Rhea would be really
That'd be a dope-ass match.
It would be a good match. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but
we all know Rhea would probably still wipe the floor with her because, I mean, as good as Becky is, Rhea's just would outmuscle her.
All right. So the men's ladder match. We have Ricochet, John Morrison, Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. I'm going to go first. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm going left field with this one. This one's gonna be like a tough one. I'm between 2 people.
You're gonna go Ricochet watch.
I'm between 2 people, and I was leaning towards Ricochet.
See, I told you. I knew that. That's what he's thinking.
But I'm going Seth because because what you guys said a minute ago, if Becky does come back. And she does get women's. There would be no better storyline than Becky and Seth having this.
The husband and wife duo come together and actually have Money in the Bank. It'd be the first time ever in WWE history.
Not only that, but do you remember Seth's Money in the Bank reign?
Yeah, he cashed it in on Brock Lesnar and Roman.
Yeah, but do you remember him battling with Dean Ambrose with the Money in the Bank?
Hell yeah.
That was like. He had the best Money in the Bank storyline.
And I think that's something that I'm not going to disagree with you for picking Seth, because I think obviously there's also a planned storyline for Seth and Roman to go battle it out. So yeah. I wouldn't doubt that. I'm going to go last.
You're going to go last?
I'm going to go last.
All right, Smitty. So we got Ricochet, John Morrison, Matt Riddle, I'm going to say Matt Riddle. I don't care what WWE says. Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, or Seth Rollins.
I'm really going left field. I'm going Riddle.
Ooh.
RK Bro, you set up a whole thing where Randy takes the briefcase from him.
Well, you could have that. You could have, but after the double match that he did,
to get Randy a spot, yeah, that could even work too. That he goes in there, Randy comes in and climbs up and takes the case instead of Riddle. I can see that.
Riddle,
yeah,
Riddle in a week has become one of the biggest memes.
Yep.
Like I've seen everywhere where he's on top of the ladder looking down. He goes, "Wow, I'm really high." And I'm just like, "Oh my God, shut up."
Yeah, but that was part of his gimmick before. So
that's why him and Rob get along so well.
Bro.
And Liz is going to hate me for making that pick because she hates him. But
I was waiting to see the message pop up.
I was too.
But
Nadia's going with
honestly, with the stuff that they did with him, over the last couple of weeks, I'm like, I can see it.
Possible, yeah.
All right, Rob.
I want to say Big E because that would be, that would mean he did get pushed. I think he could have a good match with either Roman or with Bobby. But I also like Kevin Owens. I think he finally gets his just on Roman. So I'm gonna go KO.
KO? Okay.
It's time for Kevin Owens to get back to the top and stay there.
Dre.
Well, two people that I love his brothers, have both picked my choices that I would have said. So I'm gonna have to go completely right since everybody's gone left. Nakamura.
Ooh.
Here's why. Ever since Nakamura came in, the most he's achieved has been Intercontinental and U.S. champion and the first two-time NXT champion. The guy can WWE put on. No, he was not.
He was when he was battling AJ.
No, he was not. He was the challenger. AJ was WWE champ, and he lost. It was a rekindling, as they called it, of their New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom match of the IC championship between Nakamura as IC.
When he turned heel and low blowed him?
Yes, that was AJ was the champion.
Okay.
The only reason I'm choosing Nakamura and not choosing Big E is because I have his figure, bro. I would have picked him, but you chose him before me. I have Nakamura's laying around here. Only reason I picked Nakamura, he's de facto king of the ring. Two-time Intercontinental, one-time US, two-time NXT champ. The guy can wrestle. Putting him in a ladder match, I think would be, and especially that he's kind of played up against Corbin. I think
that would be a great storyline.
He wins the briefcase and Corbin, who had a bad cash in, tries to go after it. It can give Corbin a chance to kind of get back into that main event where he was. And
maybe Corbin ruins his chances of cashing in.
Possible too. I don't know, but I would have gone with Big E, but then Apollo Crews would have been my choice. And then you would have had Apollo Crews, who's the current IC champ, maybe going for a double championship like Keith Lee.
All right.
But like I said, that's my choice.
And the final match we are going to be doing right now is
Edge versus Roman.
Roman versus Edge.
Is this even a choice for three of us out of this group?
I don't think so.
Oh, I think it is.
I don't think so. Because here's the thing. Edge is coming in simply, if he wins it, he's going to be a Goldberg. He's not going to be showing up on every Raw or every SmackDown. He's going to be there every once in a while. And he's not going to be a fighting champion like, he's going to be a Brock Lesnar type fighting champion. Every
All right.
pay-per-view, you'll see him.
Well, first up, Edge, even though I'd want Edge to win, let's be realistic. Edge also has a contract where he only wrestles 5 matches a year. He's already wrestled 3 of those 5. This would be match number 4. Especially with the big setup that Cena's coming back to wrestle Roman in a month. Let's be realistic. Obviously, Edge is not going to win. So by default, I'm going to pick Edge. Edge will beat himself. Like you said, Edge? I'm going to pick Edge, and here's what's going to happen. Edge is going to win the belt. Edge wins it. SmackDown, you're going to have Cena come out, cut a promo on Edge. The head of the table is going to be like, acknowledge me, like he always fucking does. And then they acknowledge him. He gets his rematch. And then he beats Edge. Cena comes out and says, all right, now that you've learned to cut a promo, let's have a match, you and me, for the belt. And that'll be the SummerSlam setup. So Edge.
Robert?
None of us want to pick Roman. None of us want to pick him.
Acknowledge him.
All right. This is my thing here. If Seth wins Money in the Bank, I think Edge will win the title because Cena and Roman having a match does not necessarily have to be for the title.
That's true.
Roman could come out, do a promo about how he's the head of the table, and he got beat by Edge and he's down on himself, and then you hear Cena come out and you say, "Look, you didn't beat Edge."
Do you know why? Hold on. Do you know why Cena's coming back?
It better not be.
Don't let him fool you by saying it's for the fans. It's not for the fans. He's coming back to be known as the greatest champion of all time. And right now, he's not. Ric Flair is.
Because he's alive. No offense. Ric Flair's still alive.
Yes. So, John Cena needs that last championship to put him over Ric Flair.
All right. First of all, John Cena can win the title 18 more times. He will still not be the greatest wrestler of all time.
No. He wants to be the greatest champion, but he
wants to outnumber Flair. Where Flair keeps going 16 times, he wants to beat him by saying because he wants to have that 18 or 17.
Okay. You know what? All right, let Cena win, then have Ric Flair come back and take the title from him, just to one up Cena.
Oh, that would be hysterical and sad at the same time.
See,
I'm sorry.
The whole point is I hope that Roman will win. I'm voting Edge, but Roman will win. I just hope that Roman lights into Cena like no one's lit into him since his cousin The Rock. Because where did they hear about how he's gone to Hollywood and he's a Fruity Pebble shirt wearing bitch and Kung Pao chicken and all other stuff. But
you're saying Roman wins?
Kenny Omega.
I'm saying Edge wins because they're setting up Edge and Seth Rollins. So why not have Edge versus Rollins for the title? Then Rollins wins it from Edge, and then him and Roman can fight.
And then you set up that program to be 2 former Shield guys
Yeah.
That's a good program. I like that idea.
All right.
Roman
Smitty,
win,
I'm gonna go Roman
of course.
because
No, explain it though. You gotta explain it.
you brought up Edge's contract
Yeah.
and the limited aspect of it, and you're right. You guys made the point that he would be a Lesnar like champion, which I don't think would be good for
SmackDown.
the franchise and the show. So Roman retains. What you could do if now, once again, backing the fact that my guy wins Money in the Bank, you have Cena come. They battle it out. I don't care who wins that match, but you have Riddle jump in and take it from whoever is left standing out of Cena and Roman.
See,
think about it. Okay, I kind of like that.
Hang on. My guy wins.
That's
Kevin
true.
Owens had shit with both of them.
Well, yeah,
Owens can pull a Seth Rollins at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Come at the last minute, stun Cena, pin him, take the title.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. I mean, and that could be whoever wins Money in the Bank. You could. I mean, I really like that storyline. It's all right. We're gonna screw you both.
Yeah, that WWE hasn't done that in a while.
Do I need any reason I gotta say who I think?
No, we could just go to the next segment.
Yeah, we know it's Roman
know.
with you. Come on.
We know it's Roman.
We know Roman's gonna win. That's as simple as that.
Listen, from my birthday, since the pay-per-view's on my birthday, can somebody buy JC an acknowledge me t-shirt, but cut it up? Like, just cut the damn thing into pieces and send it to him in a box.
I'll still wear it.
He'd still wear it. He'll glue it to his chest and be like, "Acknowledge me."
Didn't we get him a Roman shirt already?
We did for like 2 Christmases ago. We need to get him another one, apparently.
Hey, don't hate on the fact that he's one of the most watched things on WWE right now.
What else
He
do they
is
have?
one of the most. He is
What shit are you thinking with Riddle?
the best storyline in WWE today.
Wait.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean the fact
Do you
that
think that's the storyline to follow?
Yes.
It's
apparently
comical.
because it's getting as much play as Acknowledge You.
Hell yeah. He's got, you know how much traction that's gotten? The fact that Riddle,
I mean, come on.
who literally was MLW champion.
Why do you think I'm saying? Why do you think I'm attaching to that? Because I'm like, that kind of play, they're going to run it. They're going to run with it.
And he's the ultimate face. Ultimate face. Even if he could be a heel, he's a face because he's too stupid to be anything else. Because he'll be like this. Bro.
Riddle starred in the Bad News Bears, bulked up a little bit, went and did some MMA. Now he's wrestling. He went to MLW too for years. He was Kelly Leak in the Bad News Bears. He's all grown up now.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
I heard this the other day. I don't know if I've talked about this already. I heard this the other day, and I completely agree with it. It was John Cena, and he was talking on. I think it was the Today Show or something, and he said, "COVID hit the World Wrestling Entertainment hard. It hit everybody hard because there was no view, nobody coming in a live audience. It took away the live audience and made people really have to develop their own character." And he goes, for a lot of people, it didn't really work. It was just blah, blah, blah. But for Roman, he acknowledged Roman. He said for Roman is doing the best thing on TV, on WWE TV right now.
Because he's fighting him. That's hype. That's what we
that.
call hype.
It wasn't just him that said that. Huh? Cena said that. Cena said that.
Punk said that on some podcast.
Yeah, Punk said on Cole Cabana's podcast that right now Roman's doing it too.
This has been the best we've ever seen out of Roman. And this has been the best thing on TV. I love watching that storyline every time Friday nights come on.
It's boring, bro, because that's all it's about.
It's the only storyline that you can watch.
All right.
That's because
Jinder
they
Mahal.
don't think.
I'm going to give Liz her due.
Wait.
Jinder
This goes back
Mahal
to
is
the
coming.
whole.
Dude.
They don't know how to write any longer.
Exactly.
The whole Roman storyline is nothing more than what Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, Buddy Murphy was last year.
Yep.
It's The Godfather.
No, this is not that. This is right now.
The
No,
Blair Witch Project.
it is a black hole. Raw is a black
Blair
hole.
Witch Project.
No, you're right. Raw is a black hole sucking up talent all left and right.
But I will give it this. But I will give it this. Right now, Jinder Mahal, who was the WWE champion, yeah, there was reasons and a bunch of politics behind it, but let's be realistic. He's a bad guy, and it works. And I'm like, you know what? I could see Mahal going up against Drew like they're setting up for the title again. That actually is a storyline I care about. Randy and Riddle is a story I care about. I could care less about Roman coming out hugging my cousins because my cousin's a drunk and can kill people with a car, and the other one just doesn't have any talent to do anything. But I'm gonna hug you because you're gonna win the tag title.
No talent. Main event Uso is badass. I don't care what anybody says.
No,
Main event.
main event Jey Uso. How long did it take to get there? Because they're writing their daddy's name.
Main event Uso is no better than Virgil. Am I wrong?
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Virgil won the $1 million title. Did anybody care?
No.
Virgil was Intercontinental Champion. Did anybody care?
No.
Guess
He
what?
was the lapdog for the $1 million man.
Exactly. He was a sidekick. Not even a sidekick. He was the lame ass dog to the $1 million man Ted DiBiase. Erwin R. Shyster, people remember because they were the tag team champions.
Main event Uso is Butters Bottom Bitch.
Tell me something. In our world, in wrestling, the wrestling fans' world, do you pander to genealogy?
Do I pander to genealogy? No.
I do. That's the most different part of us. Is like I love Tamina and Natalya because the way they were raised to be the badasses they are.
I love Bret Hart.
I love the Samoan dynasty. All of it. Like every bit of it. I love every bit of it. Even including Nia Jax, who is like a cousin of a cousin. I love freaking Ted DiBiase Jr. when he was around. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. Watching the kids when I was a kid. Watching their dads wrestle and their moms wrestle. Watching them go into wrestling. I love that aspect of our business. Because, and I'm going to call it our business. Because that just gives hope for the future. That gives hope for Hunter's kids or Shane's kids.
Well, obviously Hunter's kids are going to be in the WWE because he's going to own it.
Well, I mean, that gives me hope for the Jacksons, like Nick Jackson's kids, because they've already started practicing wrestling in their backyard. So it gives me hope for the future, and I love seeing that.
And that's
when you have a family bloodline connecting on a show and they've got a really good storyline, I'm following it.
But the problem with that is that you've got, you got part of it, but now they need to, if they really want to make it grow.
Yes, they need to make
Naomi
it grow.
in there. Put Tamina in there.
Yes, put Nia in there.
I mean,
not all of them can. Not all of them are. See, all right. I'm going to say this.
Yes, they're not all they're not all A+ wrestlers. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah,
The NWO is the same way,
There's
though.
some of them that are
with,
B's and
with
C's.
genealogy, the expectations are even higher on them. And if they're not making it or meeting it, I mean, that was one of my biggest complaints about Cody when he was with WWE or WWF is
Cody was a
they
great
jobbed
wrestler.
him so much, and he made everybody look good.
And I know everybody gets on to Roman because he has 7 moves, whatever it is. But
I
here's
said
the thing:
7.
is those 7 moves. Show me another wrestler that does more than 10. I mean, he does them, but he does them really
Omega,
well.
Okada, Will Ospreay,
Get out of there. We're talking straight WWE.
Ricochet, Kushida.
Ricochet.
What'd you guys say?
Baby.
Adam Cole, baby.
What's up, Eric?
I'll give you Cole. Ricochet, all right.
Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic.
You mean
I mean,
you mean T-Bar?
Whatever. But you understand that you're gonna tell me to call names. I got names that are guys that are extremely talented. Apollo Crews, Big E, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston.
Sami Zayn. Yeah, I said it. Sami Zayn.
If you stop him from talking, yes. Kevin Owens.
Sami Zayn is probably one of the top-rated wrestlers in my opinion, but he doesn't get the acknowledgement.
See, but the problem stems from the fact that instead of focusing on more than one person at a time, it's all about Roman on SmackDown. It's all about Bobby Lashley on Raw. Cut that crap. Give more TV time to develop your mid card and build them into the main event, and you'll have a long lasting company. They ain't doing that. Go back 20 years and watch Raw.
Well, remember when we talked about that 20
What
years.
I've been doing. Watch old episodes of Raw. Even Nitro, they did it.
Oh yeah.
If you break the show down, like an average show that was 3 hours long, you did have the lower card, you had promos to set up your main event, you had your mid card that was mostly like your mid card titles, and then you would have the upper mid card, then the main event. That was the setup. WWE doesn't do that anymore. It's like how many times can we take the same wrestlers, recycle stories, and keep them in there and keep doing it? Yeah, AEW, that's one of their downfalls is that they have so much talent. They have 4 shows they're going to have starting next month. And I got to give it, though, I look forward to watching AEW Dark Elevation because they put wrestlers I like on the shows.
All right. I watched Dark the other night. I was like, with everybody else, they're debuting all of these. Who the hell are these
what it
guys?
Is. It's NXT.
I mean, it's like, come on.
Eric asked a good question. What is some matches you would like to see if decades were not an issue?
Fantasy dream matches. Like, we'll each give you a dream match.
All right. I need a minute to think about mine.
No, I totally agree with Liz on that.
I do too.
Dream match, huh?
Dream match,
oh
man.
God.
You know what? I'd like to see this match. And it's in his prime versus a guy in his prime now. Take Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, the man who is known for his 6 moves.
Yep.
Take him in his prime.
Don't say it.
And put him against Tanahashi.
Oh, okay. I was like,
the John Cena of Japan.
I was going to end the stream.
Ooh, that's a good one, Liz. And actually, you have one of the guys I would have put in mine.
Eddie Kingston?
No.
Oh, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie Guerrero was amazing, man. I'd love to see Eddie versus anybody. I mean, he would make it a show.
Eddie versus Rowdy.
That'd be an interesting style clash. I like that.
All right. I'm going to go with a little gang warfare, or stable warfare, we'll say. The Four Horsemen versus the Undisputed Era.
Oh, wait. Are we talking Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, and I forgot, was it Psycho Sid?
McMichaels.
Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko.
Ah, the more modern Four Horsemen versus Undisputed Era. Oh, hell yeah, that'd be dope. That would be dope. Actually, Adam Cole versus Eddie Guerrero would be dope too.
That would.
Throwing all these names out there, I'm just like, can't pick one.
Eric stumped us for a minute there, but most of us have I want to see Roman Reigns against The Rock.
Sorry, we're not 12 years old. We don't. I mean, I have an 11-year-old and a 16-year-old. I don't know. No, I know what good wrestling is.
Ooh.
Barry Windham versus Bobby Fish. That'd be a good slobber knocker.
Another one for me would be Kevin Sullivan versus The Fiend.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because Kevin Sullivan was the OG.
I was honestly about to say Kyle O'Reilly and Chris Benoit, but she took that one. I was like, ooh.
Kyle O'Reilly versus
Kyle O'Reilly is a
Shawn Michaels.
Amazing person.
Kyle O'Reilly versus Shawn Michaels. Actually, better said, Kyle O'Reilly versus Bret Hart.
Who?
I said Kyle O'Reilly versus Bret Hart.
Why do you keep stealing my people?
To be honest, I would love to watch Chris Benoit just wrestle himself.
That's true. It's like just clone him and just be like, "Go ahead, fight."
Well, no, seriously. I since getting Peacock, I've watched a lot of like old Raws and old Nitros and just old pay-per-views, and you watch him wrestle. It didn't matter who he wrestled.
Put the hurt on you.
A clinic.
He did.
He was and always will be the rabid Wolverine.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Gorillas of Destiny versus the Head Shrinkers. The Head Shrinkers.
I would have called them Wild Samoans. I'd go back. Go to the original Wild Samoans versus Gorillas of Destiny.
Wild Samoans. Yeah.
That's what I'd want to see.
Versus the Natural Disasters. That'd be a big man match.
That's straight up just Jurassic Express versus
female matches.
Wait, Jurassic Express versus the Harlem Heat.
That would be awesome. All right, he's saying female matches now.
Lita versus anybody.
Wait, no, I'm going first before y'all steal mine. China and Rhea Ripley.
Ooh,
I wouldn't even thought to go there. China versus Rhea Ripley. Lita versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Ooh, I like Liz's.
Oh, the Freebirds.
Oh my God, that would be a good one too. There's so many good. Trish Stratus. Actually, Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. We've already seen it. It's happened. How about Bianca Belair versus
I'm going to say the underrateds. So, Britt Baker versus Molly Holly.
Nah, Britt Baker's too good a wrestler. I would put her against, if I had to put her against anybody of the time, Medusa in her prime. She was a bigger woman.
Everybody says that, but Molly Holly was a high-flying person.
Yeah, but she was a high flyer. A different style. I'm saying going versus in a different style, you have to base it on that.
I would go.
Oh, what's her name? Oh, why can't I?
I would go Victoria
Thank you.
versus Shayna Baszler.
But I'll do one better. Victoria versus Luna Vachon.
Oh, wait. Luna Vachon versus Dr. Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Luna versus Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, there's another good one.
That's just
Wait. Which version? Are we talking Fiend Alexa Bliss?
Fiend Alexa Bliss.
Fiend Alexa Bliss versus Luna Vachon.
See, I was
Luna
thinking
was
Victoria
crazy.
versus Lita, but
Jacqueline versus Bailey. That's a good one. What about Jacqueline versus Bianca Belair?
Go one further. Go Jacqueline and Jazz versus Bianca and Sasha.
Sasha.
ooh, that would be
a
cool.
nice tag match.
All right. We're getting to the end of this.
Damn. I like those. He's got me thinking.
I know.
I like
How
that.
about this?
We need homework.
We are about to we're about to do our homework time.
Well, we have the two.
We have
the
our two movies.
two movies.
Liz, I'm gonna, since you're the third one, I'm going to let you pick which two people get Dirty Dancing. So Liz gets to pick which of us two have to watch Dirty Dancing this week.
Why do you gotta pick on me like that?
Yeah, so this is the wives select or girlfriend select.
Well, that's
So
not
our
fucking
wives,
fair.
Robert, you're out of this one. So what's up, Zach? Me and Dre's wives selected Dirty Dancing and Pitch Perfect, and we're gonna let Liz pick which two get to watch Dirty Dancing, and the other two get to watch Pitch Perfect.
Hey, Zach. I agree with you.
Yeah. Robert can do all the dances from that movie.
What?
From Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, I probably could.
Or Dirty Dancing.
I would need to have a partner to do the lift, though. I'm pretty
So
certain.
Liz, you got to pick
I'm
us.
pretty
Pick
certain
us.
I'd hurt
Who's
myself
it
either
going
way.
to be?
There you go.
Actually, Eric.
Oh, I want
Jagger.
Jaga.
He lifts Jack. There you go.
I don't have any minifigs by my desk. I feel left out. Actually, I do have this. I can go.
I tried to get him to hold on to this, but he's not going to.
Black Canary.
Well, it's Dre's birthday week, so he shouldn't be tortured with Pitch Perfect. Oh, so you got...
Hey, no. I love musicals.
Yeah, but she just picked you as the...
Oh,
Dancing.
so me and you, Rob, we get to go watch Dirty Dancing, which is not a problem because my wife owns it, so we'll be watching it.
All right,
thank
fine.
you so much.
Liz, Chris's girlfriend picked, so we got to watch Dirty Dancing.
Hey, Jack.
I cannot stand that movie.
Because Liz picked us.
Watch Dirty Dancing.
So I can review it.
Smitty,
I have to review it for the show.
Smitty, me and you have
Pitch Perfect. Yep.
We can do all three if we want.
All three what?
I actually picked these up when I picked up presents for my swap person. I got them locally at Plastic Empire.
Dre's birthday. Cough, cough. Yes, I know your birthday's first.
I don't fit in the corner.
Nobody puts
He like when he says, like, I don't fit in the corner.
That is the comment of the night.
Nobody puts Robert in the corner.
Roberta.
No, it's Roberta.
All right. So our wrestling match. How are we gonna do this? Nadia.
Zach, you're just being mean now.
Nadia, you won earlier. Name your favorite wrestler of all time. It can be any industry.
I hope it's Buff Bagwell. I want to watch the Judy Bagwell on full match.
Because I'm buff and I have the stuff.
No, buff and I'm in jail.
No, he's a man whore. There's a difference.
Still in jail.
Oh. Let's get that off. Undertaker.
Oh, she said Taker.
Undertaker. All right.
So 30 years of history here.
That's a lot of good matches.
All right. So what we do on our channel is, or what we're going to have been doing, and we're going to keep doing, at the end of the night, we get homework. So 2 of us are going to watch Pitch Perfect, which is me and Smitty. Robert and Dre are going to be watching Dirty Dancing this week, and we're going to talk about it next week. And now we're going to give each other, and I'm going to, since I gave Dre his match last week, he's going to give me mine, and vice versa. Like, Dre's going to give me mine, I'm going to give Smitty one, and Smitty's going to give Robert, and Robert's going to give Dre.
All right, Dre, you get a good one.
Okay, so Undertaker. Oh my goodness. Let's do Undertaker. Obviously, I'm going to theme this WrestleMania. Defending his streak versus Shawn Michaels.
Which one?
The first one.
All right. I'm looking at it now. Trying to find where it was.
We should just theme it to all WrestleMania.
Oh, no. I was just told that Liz just said that he doesn't get to watch Undertaker, or didn't get to watch a lot of old school wrestling. So I'm going to give him a classic match. You are going to be watching SummerSlam 1996, and it is The Undertaker versus Mankind in a Boiler Room Brawl.
Oh, we haven't seen one of those. That's not mine. Me? That's you, Smitty.
That was you, Smitty.
I'm last, but King Bob picks mine.
What'd you give me?
Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, WrestleMania, their first time fighting.
First time fighting?
Their first time fighting for the streak.
Shawn and Undertaker won.
WrestleMania 25. Yep.
All right. So if you can, I know we're not done yet, but if you can, talk about the build up to the match as well.
Okay.
All right, Smitty. What you giving Robert?
I'm going to give Robert the Undertaker versus Angle versus The Rock from Vengeance 2002.
All right. All right, Dre. I mentioned this match earlier. You're going to watch the 6-person Hell in a Cell.
Armageddon 2000. Yeah.
Nadia, thank you for sharing. Hold on, Nadia, thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate that. That means a lot that you share that with us.
Honestly, yeah, because my mom was a huge fan of Dirty Dancing as well. And my condolences on your loss.
My wedding day. So yeah, I appreciate you sharing that with us. Thank you. And we will try to do it justice. I promise you. These two are really good about doing their reviews, and I know Dre for sure likes this movie. So we'll try to do this justice for you.
I know this movie was played in my house. I know that it's on my phone.
I'm just glad I don't have it because I've never cared for this one, and my wife loves it. She loves this one and Top Gun, and I don't like either one.
Oh, Top Gun.
How are we friends?
Yeah, how are we brothers and friends because you don't like Top Gun? First,
I like Goonies.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen Top Gun in the theater because we had it. It was at like the Dollar Theater.
No,
And
I hope to God it's something.
My brother and his friend kept forcing me to drive him down there so they could see it again and again and again.
Peanut, can you believe JC does not
awesome.
like it?
Glad you found us. I know Robert probably brought you, but I'm glad you found us.
You're killing me.
Yes, Nadia is awesome. If you're talking about Nadia, if you're talking about Eric, he's just my stalker.
Yes, I know, Goose and Maverick, but there's a second Top Gun coming out that my wife is so excited for. But
so is mine.
It's Maverick.
It's not the biggest thing for me. I'd rather watch Space Jam 2 than Top Gun 2.
See, the problem with Top Gun 2 is you have Maverick fun, but the Iceman melted.
Why are you even watching Space Jam 2? Why?
He's like, wait a second. Let's go back to what JC said.
Space Jam 2?
Why?
I didn't watch Space Jam 2
LeBron is
yet.
trying. LeBron, it's a cheap remake, and LeBron is no Michael Jordan. I'm sorry.
No, he's not Michael Jordan. So here's the thing. I know you still got to give each other movies, but here's the thing with this, okay? Just like in wrestling, you cannot have a GOAT. You can have a GOAT of that era. You can have a Hulk Hogan, a John Cena, a whoever you want to call it now, Seth Rollins, whatever. I don't care who you call it now. You can have a GOAT of that era. You cannot have a greatest of all time.
Yes, you can. Called Citizen Kane.
Because if Michael Jordan played in this day and age, he would probably kill everybody.
See, you're making her cry, JC.
Exactly. Jeez.
And she's befuddled by your antics now.
She likes me, huh?
No, she doesn't like your opinion on Space Jam 2, though.
Yeah,
no, she doesn't.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is LeBron is gonna take time off from basketball to play for the Birmingham Barons.
Why is that?
They made a new RK Bro shirt.
LeBron in the outfield.
All right. All right, so Robert, you're giving for Dre.
He already gave it to me. It's Armageddon 2000.
All right.
The main event match.
We are going to come back next week and talk about all this stuff. Plus, we are going to do our pickups of the week, which I think we need to do a pickup of the week each week. If you guys,
it'll be my birthday, so I'll have a whole bunch of cool stuff. Hopefully,
you can watch. You can watch the video that is dropping later this week.
Well, what's your biggest pickup of the week?
Mine?
Yeah,
that's easy.
Shaggy.
Matthew Lillard autograph. Shaggy.
Here's the thing.
If you're gonna make me pick between two,
if you had to ask me what my favorite actor of all time would be, he would be in the top 3.
Oh, but
Matthew Lillard, he would be in my top 3. It's just the way he acts. I love the way he acts.
Oh, look.
That's so cool.
That is.
How long have you been so mad at me? Because he's a classic actor. He can do the comedy.
He waved at everybody,
but he can do the creepy and scary too. 13
so
Ghosts.
If you guys want to watch them and review them with us, we will gladly take your reviews with our own.
Yeah.
So, Smitty, what was your pickup of the week?
She's saying don't show the creepy one. What do you mean the creepy one?
What did you pick up this week that was awesome to you?
Well,
show something off.
The thing I just picked up yesterday is the Volt Tech 63 set. So it has
this is why we can't
Ultron.
talk. This is why we can't talk to Smitty about collecting stuff, because he's like He gets all the fun stuff.
We don't we go out and buy a Tom and Pop, and it's like, this is fucking awesome. He's like, oh, I bought this $5,000 figure.
It's not 5,000.
We come up and say, did you see this? That's awesome, man. That's cool. And then he comes out, oh, yeah? But look at this. It's like pulling some flex like that. He's like, see that one?
Like this for me is probably
Yes,
one of the
I was
best
able to
this week.
Yes, and it was, and I will admit that was a total impulse buy when I was at Mothership Toy Gallery for my first time on Sunday as part of my Fishtown adventure. But I knew it was sold out. It had been sold out for better part of the 3/4 of the year. I mean, it sold out as soon as it got put up. I was able to get it for retail. Of course, I'm going to jump on it.
Dre, what was your pickup of the week?
And yes, that was the Tech 63 version of Voltron. Liz,
let's see. Being that the week is still young, and like I said, my birthday is coming, and I did get this. Minus my comics, I did get.
Liz is like, is that Voltron?
Minus my comics, I did scoop up the fan takeover, Johnny Gargano.
Gargano.
Yeah,
the Wolverine one. That is freaking awesome.
I put it on my wish list on Amazon, and for some reason, Amazon was like, "Hey, we're gonna let you know when it comes in," and it was like they hit me, and we got reduced in price for like $16.99. So I was like, "Oh, I want to grab it," and I had like $3 off of Amazon, so I scooped it up.
And this is why I love her.
Yeah, she grabbed it, right?
No. My girlfriend. This is why I love Liz.
So, Dre, you missed my birthday present.
I have your birthday present here. It's in a box.
Yes,
I gotta ship it to you.
It's Sunday, Liz. I think Sunday.
Yeah, my birthday's Sunday.
Yeah.
All right.
My pickup of the week is this
my
awesome
pickup of the week for next week
of Venom. I got both of the variant covers. There's like 5 of them, but these are the two. These were my 2 favorites. Is this one, and I got one up there. So those I like.
Spoiler alert for pickup of the week for next week.
Hey, you're gonna show off your pickup of the week next week because we're gonna do this every week.
I'm just saying, spoiler alert.
Actually, also this was a trade I did with Smitty, and he sent all 3 of my girls something, which was awesome. But I got this, which is what I like. So thank you, Smitty. My girls all appreciate it.
And here's the thing: sometimes, I'm not somebody that picks up or goes out and buys every single week. So sometimes my pickup of the week is pop can.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of.
I don't buy comic books every single week.
See, I do.
I buy them once a month.
So spread them out. Spread them out. Yeah. I only opened this out of my monthly pull.
Exactly.
And so be on the lookout this week. We have Wednesday. We will have a video dropping, and I'm pretty sure that's me and Smitty's video. And Sunday we'll have another video dropping. I think I'm taking over this week do you want Sunday?
I can do Sunday.
Okay, we'll give Robert Sunday, and then I will have something special Friday. I'm going to drop my recasting video just so I can get it out of the way. Me and Dre are going to get together this week and talk about when we can do our recasting on Double Dragon.
Yes, and I have a video I'll be dropping next week, which will be the history of manga and why manga has become so popular here in the U.S. over traditional American comics. Week, right? So yeah, that'll be for Wednesday of next week. I'll have that video go up on Wednesday.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody that's come in. There's a lot of names I got to say. So thank you, Liz. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, Chep, 2 Boys and a Pop. I've seen Eric in here.
Uncle Hana. Yeah. We have a lot of people.
Thank everybody that's dropped in and hitting that like button. We appreciate it. Once again, I will say this with full heart because this was the first week that we actually put it to test, and it worked out pretty well. These are the guys. This is not one channel for one person. This is everybody's channel. So Thank you guys for watching from all us here at the Nerd Dungeon. We appreciate you.
Liz brings up a good question since our next
Yes,
live.
we're going to review Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Oh hell yes! And congratulations to Bandito
We
for
have to
being
go
the
over
ROH
who
champion.
we picked.
Yeah, we'll
So-
go over who won and obviously who got our picks if the picks were right.
Thank you guys for watching. As always, peace out.
Yes. Thanks, guys, for
Yeah, take it
thanks,
back.
guys, in the chat. We appreciate you guys.
Most definitely.
Later.
Later, y'all.